everybody, welcome to Robert's Train Set again, and we're in number 8 now. My God, amazing. So before us we have the N7, the Oxford Rail N7 in BR Black, as you can see. And I said at the end of the last one I hadn't really decided on what I was going to do for this one, but I want to try a little, I suppose in a way it's an experiment, but I'm getting two different opinions on getting these locos ready for iTRAINS. Now, Bob Fowler on his excellent videos is saying for sound locos between 2 and 5. And as you know, I set my Ginty to 2 and it seemed to work okay. But Alan, not Trapping Junction, says go to 0 because he thought that's why I might have a bit of trouble with the Ginty being a bit quick off the line, which I adjusted in the settings, if you remember. So I'm going to try this, and I'm going to do a little bit of film of this running around with the sound on, just down this straight, at maybe a couple of different speeds. Then I will set it to 0 on the 2 parameters that we need to set to 0, which is the acceleration and the de-acceleration. At this stage I won't do anything about the maximum speed or the minimum speed, do that a bit later. And then I'll record them again with the sound on and see if it works. And if it works at 0, then that'll be good. If not, I'll raise them up to 2, the same as I've got the Ginty, because it's basically the same decoder in them. So let's see how we get on with that. And when I've done that, I'm not going to show you all doing all the speed graphs and everything, because you've seen that. I'll leave it at that and we'll just see how we go. Alright, everybody? So followed by just the running by at various speeds in the same sequence as we did before. Okay. So the final one is to show it as it slows down, and this is the only place I found where there was any difference between the settings. So let's see how we get on, shall we? I'll accelerate it as it comes down the straight. So did you hear that as it was originally, as you take the power off, you lose the chuffs, which is what would happen, isn't it? You're not going to be putting steam in when you're trying to slow down. But it was only on number 5 that happened. So because of that, I've decided to go for number 5 and do it at that. So there we go. I'm just doing the minimum speed run set it on speed step 1, and this is what it came from the factory at. And as you can see, it's taken an awful long time to get across this stretch of rail. So I think I'm going to be increasing this speed a little bit. So this is it moving at the speed I'm sort of going to use, I think. So this is at 5 speed steps, but from its 2 that it started with. So I started doing the old speed mapping that you saw before. Unfortunately, I forgot to click the one for backwards and forwards, so I had to start it all over again, which was a bit of a pain, but never mind. So it made sense, as I was in the mode for doing this, to have a go at the Hornby 08. Now, as we know, it's got a TTS decoder. Did it cause problems? Yes, it did. Couldn't get a slow speed for it because it wouldn't run. And then, as you see here, it's doing the speed step runs. It got down to the last speed step, which was at number 6, and just decided it wasn't going to go anymore. And I ended up putting the last final figures in by hand, which seems to have worked. So yeah, they do cause a problem. So as you can see, the speed graph, very strange at the top because I couldn't set the top speed either, but it does seem to work. So we're now going to go on and probably get these to stop where they need to stop, I would say. I think that should do it. Well, you might be wondering what this little train's all to do with getting these to stop where they need to. Well, it's actually everything. But I thought I'd show this really for John at Piccadilly Model Trains. He did sort of mention in one of the comments once that he wanted to use iTRAINS to do a shuttle on his N-gauge. So part of the stuff you need to do these stopping distances is a little shuttle. So I've set this up, and I just thought I'd show him what it's like. And obviously I've got a push-pull-you train, which I think did sometimes be operated on railways. And it goes round to the end of this straight and it stops. And then it stops for a designated variable time, and then it comes back again. And I thought I'd put the sound, I've kept the sound on it all the way through because it looks nicer, I think. It sort of makes it look as though it's alive, doesn't it? And then it comes round here, as you can see. And again, we'll stop for a variable amount of time, which you can set up to 30 seconds, which is quite a long time to sit there actually. And then it will steam up again. And away it will go. Now, although I've only got it stopping on these 2 straights, it could equally stop down in the middle of this bend. So it's very variable.
You can do you know, most things with it really. So I'm going to show you a little bit of how I set this up, and it gives you a little rough idea, because I still needed to do this to do these stopping distance tests, you know. So I hope you like that, John. And of course it would go across points if I had any points on here that worked. So basically this is it on the screen as it's doing it. So you can see it's up at the top here, and it's leaving. You can see the blue and the white changing, and it's now running round the end curve. You can see it, the blue and the white. And the white's there now, so it's nearly out, nearly gone. And it's now going into the bottom straight. And the white is as it counts down, and then it will start going back again. As you can see, it's beginning to leave. So this is what we do it on. So this is the TT2 straight, which is the one up the top. I still call it straight through the station, although it's not station anymore. And you can see the length of that straight, and down here at the 750, that's when I want it to stop. And I do the shuttle in the section to do it, as you can see there, and I've got the all-round one that you've seen already. And it basically goes from TT2 past TT3 and into TT5, and on both the TT2 and TT1 it's asked to stop for a variable amount of time. I think I did it 5 to 10 seconds, and then it goes back again. And the stopping points are about where I pointed that. So this is what you actually set up, and you can see I've got TT2, and you do the direction in both and work through, and you can see the clocks in TT5 and TT2 on the return, which means it will stop. And you must also make sure it goes that way, because it could decide to go the other way. And here's that straight. And I wanted a way of knowing where it was stopping, so I stuck one of these little men in. Now they're supposed to be basically like a sucker, but it wouldn't stick, so I had to use some blue tack. And then it comes round the bend to there, as you can remember, and then it runs along this straight. And at the end there's another one of those little whatever they are stuck there to thing. So little quick of a brief thing. Remember I did the step sizes, and the step delay is to try and get it to go slower. The feedback offset is to show where the wheels pick up the power. And this is what it's all about, the reaction delay. And you can see I've got 400 milliseconds backwards, but only 220 milliseconds forwards. So I'm going to just show you it coming into these stopping places. So this is the one where it comes down and then going forward, and you can see that wasn't bad. You know, that's with that 220 setting. And we'll wait for it to go, because I've still got the delays in this. I haven't taken the delays out, so it will still wait a variable amount of time before it goes, and off it will go again. And there it goes, and then it's on the way back, and there it is. Now I'm having trouble with the reverse. I can't seem to get it to stop as well as it does forwards, and I've tried resetting. The M7 is even worse, absolutely diabolical. So I don't know what's going on with that one, but I'll go and have a go at these. So back to the N2, N7, and I've got to try and sort this one out and then have a go at the 08. And then we'll see how we go. But I am getting there. I'm feeling happy. You know, I I think next go on to creating a station and maybe putting more sensors into the track. So we'll see how that goes. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Watch out for the next one. Cheers everybody.